A match for the 123approved.ca television championship kicks off tonight's CWE TV broadcast. I'm Mike Young flying solo this week. Dynamite Dave Petro is absent, and we got our champion, the Rebel, Bobby Collins, defending against a guy who's just weeks away from a CWE Lumberjack ladder match for the championship. That, of course, Marius, notably absent from this match. Sicko, Cannibal, who knows where they are? Are they lurking somewhere in the bowels of the building? We are here live in Morden, Manitoba for what is sure to be an awesome edition of CWE TV. And there's a quick 2 count there by Marius, able to roll Bobby Collins over as he's got the side headlock locked in the middle of the ring. Bubbles McFly are official in this matchup. There's Marius smartly getting to the ropes. Bobby Collins has to break, and he does so before the count of 5. Bobby Collins, we always said it, not the biggest dog in the fight, but certainly one of the dogs with the most fight in CWE. Bobby Collins has proved it time and time again, and that is why he is currently holding the 123approved.ca television title around his waist, and he's putting it on the line against all comers. Tonight, that challenger is Marius, and what a coup it would be to Marius if he can capture the 123approved.ca television title going into his CWE Championship Lumberjack ladder match coming up against the pissed off Pitbull, Robbie Royce. And Marius now in control of this matchup, able to land a bit of a gut buster there, and a 2 count by Marius. Bobby Collins getting the shoulder up there. Lots of stuff on the line in this matchup. Marius hoping to capture some momentum, and Bobby Collins, of course, hoping to keep his television championship and try and get back on the good foot, if you will. He's had his problems as of late with the Sons of Anarchy and Moses Luke. Big time clothesline there by Marius, coming in hard after sending Bobby Collins into the turnbuckle, and now Marius hooking Bobby Collins in for a fisherman suplex. There it is with a beautiful bridge. 1, 2. Bobby Collins again able to get that shoulder up, this time rolling the right shoulder up and breaking that pinfall attempt. Marius now right back on top of Collins, and that's exactly what he needs to do. And he's doing smart work, locking in an abdominal stretch right in the center of the ring. Bubbles McFly right there to check on Collins, and there's an elbow to that rib cage, to that exposed abdominal area. And that does a huge amount of damage. Marius breaking the hold though. I don't know if that's a smart move. Time's going to obviously tell on that one. Marius setting Bobby Collins up in the center of the ring. Coming up, and there's a beautiful splash off the second rope. 2. Almost got him there, but Bobby Collins able to get that left shoulder up this time. Rolling out, kicking out before a count of 3. Main event tonight, Kevy Chevy taking on TLC. Plus, we've got a grudge match after what happened after their first encounter. Danny Duggan looks for revenge against Heavy Metal. That's right, Danny Duggan takes on Heavy Metal live tonight. And after Heavy Metal pile drove Danny Duggan on the cement floor just a few weeks ago, Danny Duggan has nothing but revenge on his mind as Marius comes in over and over again with those shoulders to the midsection and follows it up with a chop. Size difference quite disparaging in the height department between Bobby Collins and Marius. You see Bobby Collins just making it over that top rope. Marius definitely has about 6 or 7 inches on Collins, but Collins able to reverse some chops, some boots to the midsection. Bobby Collins working Marius down. Beautiful stomps to the midsection. I say beautiful, but there's nothing pretty about them, to be honest. Bobby Collins doing what it takes to get back in control of this matchup. Marius goes in. Beautiful hip toss by Collins, and he's got this crowd fired up. There's a drop kick by the 123approved.ca television champion, going for a pinfall, and there is Sicko, the man we talked about at the beginning of this match. He was noticeably absent, and he breaks up that pinfall attempt. Bubbles McFly letting this match continue. I don't know if he saw Sicko break up that attempt, but he certainly saw Bobby Collins get distracted to pull off. And there's a boot to the face from Marius after distraction from Sicko. And now Sicko has entered the ring. Marius pounding away on the champion. And there's the bell by referee Bubbles McFly. This one is coming to an end prematurely. The title will not change hands.
What do you guys think?
Looks great on you.
New t-shirt.
Looks good.
Fits you like a charm.
Available at every CWE show at the merchandise stand.
$25 is nothing.
Get it while you can.
Steal of a deal.
Steal of a deal.
Thanks for the free shirt, guys.
Only for you.
You guys know you're my favorite tag team, right? I take care of my boys.
Right.
You know?
Thank you very much. It's good to see you again.
It's
And
always
I
good
hope
to
you have
see
a long reign.
Of course, with guys like you in my corner, I got nothing to worry
I
about.
don't think so.
Awesome.
All right, you guys have a good night, okay?
Thank you. Hey, take care, man.
Yeah, play nice. AJ Sanchez's suspension is up. Back to the ring in 2 weeks. They suspended him indefinitely. Amazing how that works, huh? Amazing how that works.
2 weeks, Shane Madison. 2 weeks. You got a match tonight, don't you? Let's go get ready. 2 weeks, Shane Madison. 2 weeks.
Gotta get out of this. Let me. Come on, I'm top. Oh, come on. Come on. Yeah. Come on. Okay. Let me eat this. Oh, crap. Come on. Bag of chips? What do you think, lamb chop? No, I gotta get salt and vinegar. I got it. Come on. What are you doing, big boy? No, come on. You think you're going?
Where do you think you're off, you
Where do you think you're going, huh? Come here.
Tie him up good. We don't want him getting away again.
Oh, you ain't going
Nobody
nowhere.
escapes Rusty. You're not getting out this time.
Where do you think you're going? Huh? Hey, lamb chop, biggest meal you ever had right here when I finish with him. He's got it, we got it, you're done. There's nothing you're gonna do. Huh? Yeah.
Lots in store for you. Lots in store for you.
You like that? Huh?
Come on, let's get out of here.
Come on. Dinner time, lamb chop.
Hey yo, this right here is former WWE World Tag Team Champion, Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Crisper. And I got a little inside scoop for you. When you need a new ride, when you tired of the one you got, or you need a new one, you want to look good, going down the highway, you want to look good for all the girls, all the guys on the street corner, whatever, you call 123 Approved. And they'll hook you up with a loan, get your new car, be looking fly, be looking like this guy. Oh yeah, 123 Approved. Don't forget it. Yeah.
The CWE store is now open for DVDs, pictures, posters of your favorite CWE stars. Go to CWEcanada.ca.
Give your body the edge in one click with musclesbymyers.com. We have sports supplements, vitamins and minerals for all lifestyles and levels of fitness. And call or email for free one-on-one guidance. Smart buyers shop at Myers and musclesbymyers.com.
August 23rd, CWE is back in Winnipeg, Manitoba with a show at the Holy Cross Gymnasium featuring former WWE Intercontinental Champion Val Venus. And then, the next night, CWE and Val Venus invade Selkirk, Manitoba and the Selkirk waterfront for a 6 p.m. showtime. This is a free show. Make sure you bring a chair and make sure you stay tuned to www.cwecanada.ca for all your goings-on in Canadian Wrestling's elite.
So it's been well documented that you were trained under the guidance of Mental along with Brian Rich. But lately your attacks on Brian Rich have been kind of heinous. How do you explain that?
Training with Brian Rich? No, Mentalo trained me. Brian Rich was an underling. He was nothing. He carried our bags. He tied our boots. He did that kind of stuff. He didn't train with us in the ring. And you know what? This Eclipse character, I don't know Eclipse. Who's Eclipse? He's sticking his nose in business where he has no belonging. And you know what? He'll pay for that. He's going to pay for it with the same kind of heinous beatings that Brian Rich has been getting in the middle of the ring tonight by MX.
All right, time to go to the ring.
CWE Tag Team Championships on the line. It's the team of MMAX. That's Maximum, Mind, and Muscle. The Blue-Eyed Idol, Tyler Colton, and Mentalo taking on Eclipse and Brian Rich. Bit of a makeshift tag team here. Brian Rich now his second shot at the tag team titles since he has returned to CWE. His first shot did not go as well as he wanted when he teamed up with the Pimp Daddy, Rick Matthews, but this time he's got a partner I think he can trust a little bit more, and that is Eclipse, who comes out with a fury and a beautiful suicide dive, sending Colton into the crowd and getting this place fired up here in Morden, Manitoba. Now we got Rich and Mentalo in the ring. Rich backing Mentalo into the ropes, setting him off, and Mentalo crushes him with a shoulder block takedown. Rich ducks under, Mentalo into the ropes again. Mentalo ducks under, reverses Rich back into the ropes, leapfrog, duck under. Mentalo grabs him. Rich with a beautiful head scissor takeover, and Mentalo gets on a dodge, and early on we see Brian Rich and Eclipse in control of this matchup. Look out below! Beautiful somersault plancha to the floor. Brian Rich flying high, taking out both members of MMAX. The tag team champions are reeling, and finally the legal man Tyler Colton back into the ring, and here comes Brian Rich's partner, Eclipse, throwing a drop kick and sending the Blue-Eyed Idol down to the mat. I'm Mike Young. If you're just joining us, this match is for the CWE Tag Team Championships. Mentalo and Colton, the champions, against Brian Rich and Eclipse, the challengers. Earlier on tonight, we had a championship match for the 123approved.ca television title. Bobby Collins retaining his championship with a disqualification win over Marius, but Marius left him lying with the help of his hired hand, Sicko, a guy who certainly bought into the gospel of Marius. Nice tag there by Eclipse. Brian Rich and Eclipse doing a great job cutting off the ring here early on, and there's a double back elbow to the face of the Blue-Eyed Idol. 1, 2. Oh, Colton getting the left shoulder up and just barely getting it off the mat. That double elbow from Eclipse, and Rich took quite a bit out of him, I think. Rich now getting up on the second rope. Slam there by Eclipse, and a leg drop by Brian Rich. This could be it. Rich going for the pin. 1, 2. Again, a kick out by Tyler Colton. Look at Mentalo crawling around the ring, pulling Eclipse off the apron. Now Rich is looking to see what's going on outside the ring, and that allows Colton to connect with an enziguri right to the back of Rich's head, and now raining left hands down on the face, the skull of Brian Rich, and locking in a chokehold. Breaking that before the referee's 5 count. Bubbles McFly back on duty in this one. And now Tyler Colton, just like that, the trickery, the chicanery of Mentalo, allowing the Blue-Eyed Idol to get back in control. And look at that beautiful standing hesitation, vertical suplex, planting Brian Rich down. You see the size difference. Tyler Colton, a big, big boy. The biggest man in the ring right now, making a tag to the veteran of the matchup. Mentalo, the zombie hunter, makes his way in and starts this matchup with a kick right into the ribcage of Brian Rich. Coming off the ropes, drop kick to the face. We've seen that many times from the zombie hunter. Going for a quick pin here. 1, 2. Rich fighting out and kicking out there, and we've seen Brian Rich the last several weeks here in CWE showcase that he has the tools to get the job done in CWE. He's got all the fight, all the heart in the world, and he's proven it time and time again in the ring. Just the wins aren't quite adding up for Rich just yet. Rich sent in by both Mentalo and Colton and taken down with a shoulder block from each member of MMAX. Pin attempt by Colton. Eclipse breaks it up even before a count was made. And now things are getting out of hand here for referee Bubbles McFly. Rich sent to the floor, and now it's time for a double team on Eclipse from MMAX. Eclipse positioned up on the top rope. And we've seen this before from MMAX. Eclipse hung from the tree of woe. Both members coming in. Dual drop kicks from MMAX, planting Eclipse. And there's that pose we've come to know, and some of us here in CWE love, some of us hate. MMAX showing why they are the CWE Tag Team Champions, why they are the best tag team in all of Canadian Wrestling's Elite, and pretty much all of Canada, I would say. These guys absolutely on fire. Two, a kick out by Eclipse. MMAX almost scoring a win right there. Still to come, Kevy Chevy takes on TLC tonight, plus Danny Duggan and Heavy Metal go head-to-head in what has become a grudge match since their last encounter when Heavy Metal, under the orders of Shane Madison, pile drove Danny Duggan on the concrete floor, nearly ending his career in as many weeks. Of course, weeks ago, Danny Duggan hit by a car, courtesy of Shane Madison. Danny Duggan, we didn't know if he was going to come back and compete, but he did. He did just that, got himself into a match with Shane Madison, fooled us all, milked that injury as much as he could, and tricked Shane Madison, but ended up getting himself disqualified when he couldn't follow the rules of the match. Bubbles McFly, who you see as a referee in this match, with a quick 2 count, almost a 3 there on Eclipse. Bubbles McFly was rock bottom by Danny Duggan and disqualified, and he has not been able to get Shane Madison back in the ring since. Madison sent Heavy Metal out to injure Duggan, and he almost put the kibosh on Duggan's career with a sickening pile driver out on the floor just a few weeks ago here on CWE TV. Brian Rich trying to will his partner to get back in this matchup, but Colton doing a wonderful job of isolating him, keeping him in the center of the ring and in his own corner. And there's another tag, a lot of fast tags here from MMAX. Mentalo back in the ring, boot to the rib cage, and now Mentalo in control of Eclipse with a side Russian leg sweep right in the center of the ring, and now locking that into a submission hold. Huge pain here on that right arm, the muscles leading into it from the chest, from the abdominals. Eclipse could submit right here. He's stuck in a very precarious position being in the center of the ring. The only way he's reaching the ropes with his arms tied up like that is with his feet, and lucky for him, Mentalo breaking the hold. Mentalo lines him up with a kick to the thigh. It's going to knot up those legs. Mentalo very quick, heading off the ropes, but he got caught there. Eclipse with a flying clothesline takes Mentalo down, caught him by surprise there. I don't think Mentalo thought that Eclipse was going to be able to pull off something that high impact. I think Mentalo thought Eclipse was a little more damaged than he was, but Eclipse surprised him and got a tag to Brian Rich. Colton in the ring as well. Rich and Colton, two former training partners, now the legal men in this matchup. Brian Rich ducks out of the way. Colton goes in hard and catches a drop kick for his troubles. There, Rich comes out with a beautiful forearm to the face. Brian Rich all fired up here, excited to get back into this matchup after Eclipse took quite a beating. Colton coming in again and eats another boot to the face. Rich coming off the ropes in a beautiful Huracan Rana takeover. Rich going for a pin. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. No, my goodness. Tyler Colton getting that left shoulder up. We almost had new tag team champions. Eclipse back on the ring apron now. He makes a tag, and Eclipse coming in the ring, setting up Tyler Colton. Beautiful scoop slam by the Masked Man. Still nursing that back, though. I don't know if Eclipse coming back in this match was the right thing at the moment. Comes over. Beautiful senton splash over the top rope. Coming in the ropes. Rolling. Chop to the face. 1, 2, 3. No, again. This time Tyler Colton getting that left shoulder up just before a 3 count came down, and another tag from Rich and Eclipse. Brian Rich back in the ring and lining up his former training partner Tyler Colton, but Colton saw that one coming, able to telegraph with a boot to the midsection, and the Zombie Hunter is back in this matchup. MMAX, Rich, and Eclipse for the Tag Team Championships of CWE as Mentalo comes in. Rich gets out of the way, coming in with knees to the chest. Brian Rich goes for a super kick. Mentalo caught him. Rich back around, sends Mentalo into the ropes, and that time he nailed it. This is it. We're going to have new champs. 2, 3, no! My goodness, Tyler Colton making the save on that one before the Tag Team Championships could change hands. It was over if Colton did not make that save. Rich now going into the ropes, coming off. Bulldog tornado style, coming off the second rope. 1, 2, and another kick out by M-Max. This one coming from Mentolo. Mentolo able to save those tag team titles. This is an unbelievable contest here on CWE TV. Chevy and TLC still to come in our main event. And don't forget Danny Duggan and Heavy Metal. Look at this. Roll up by Mentolo. He's got the tights. 2, 3. It's over. Mentolo and Tyler Colton defending those tag team titles successfully, and Mentolo getting a little bit of help from a handful of Brian Rich's tights. Your winners, and still CWE Tag Team Champions, M-Max, Tyler Colton, and Mentolo.
Get ready. Kenny Chevy is on the warpath, and I'm coming for you. Nate Hardy got lucky when he pinned me in the ring. You're not gonna be so lucky when I get my hands on you.
Give your body the edge in one click with musclesbymyers.com. We have sports supplements, vitamins and minerals for all lifestyles and levels of fitness. And call or email for free one-on-one guidance. Smart buyers shop at Myers and musclesbymyers.com.
Have you ever thought about becoming a professional wrestler? What about working behind the scenes in professional wrestling? Well, now's your chance. The CWE Elite Wrestling Academy is now accepting students. Learn from the best the Canadian Wrestling's Elite has to offer by signing up today. Our trainers have traveled the world from Canada and the US all the way to Mexico and Japan, been featured on TV and pay-per-view all across the world. All you have to do is send an email to info@cwecanada.ca to get the ball rolling. Make your dreams come true and contact Canadian Wrestling's Elite today.
Rooms and accommodations for CWE events. Brought to you by the Marlborough Hotel.
JJ, it's Corey. I'm here to rescue you. JJ. JJ. Smells in here. JJ. Are you in here, buddy? JJ. Ow! Lamb Chop! What are you doing here? Lamb Chop! This is not a safe place. You and we gotta get out of here, buddy. It's not safe. I hurt my head already. Come on, buddy. We're gonna go. We're gonna go. Ow. And then that's when the Enterprise came swooping in and saved everybody and gave them their freedom. Just like you, Lamb Chop. You're gonna get freedom right now. Buddy, I'm gonna miss you. But you have to go now. Go be free, Lamb Chop. Go be free. This is just like when I first met JJ. JJ.
kicks off in a hurry. Danny Duggan and Heavy Metal going head-to-head, face-to-face. Duggan doesn't even wait to get his t-shirt off. This is a grudge match, at least it is in the eyes of Danny Duggan, who just a few weeks ago was pile-driven right on the concrete floor by international superstar Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal ordered to take Danny Duggan out by the man that has been a thorn in the side of Duggan for weeks and weeks now. That, of course, the CWE Executive Ambassador, the Mecca, Shane Madison. And now Duggan goes to get his revenge against Heavy Metal, sending him from pillar to post, literally back and forth from the turnbuckles and landing a beautiful backbreaker. Duggan now going for a quick pin attempt. One. Only a 1 count there on Heavy Metal. A lot of fight left in the experienced international superstar, and there's the experience I'm talking about. Heavy Metal ducking Duggan right out to the floor, trying to put Duggan into the ring apron. Duggan blocks it twice and sends Heavy Metal headfirst into the most difficult part of the ring to be hit with, and that, of course, the ring apron. Not a lot of padding there like the rest of the ring has. Duggan throwing Heavy Metal right out into the crowd. Referee Bubbles McFly trying to maintain order this one, but Danny Duggan is all kinds of fired up. We saw what happened when Duggan was too fired up when he fought Shane Madison just a few weeks ago. Duggan got himself disqualified, and referee Bubbles McFly, who's in the ring right now, was the guy who felt the brunt of it, taking a rock bottom from Danny Duggan for his troubles. Heavy Metal tried to get Duggan there, but Heavy Metal ended up chopping that ring post, and that one is going to sting. Heavy Metal's going to feel that one. Referee trying to get these two back in the ring, but Duggan throwing a stiff forearm into the face of Heavy Metal, and there's a rake of the eyes from Heavy Metal onto Danny Duggan, and Heavy Metal smartly getting back in the ring and breaking that count. Now Heavy Metal stalking Danny Duggan, but Duggan caught Metal in the eyes. It looks like he's got a... Hard to tell from our vantage point if he's holding anything there, but he got him in the eyes, I think, a second time. Heavy Metal swinging at air, has no idea where Duggan is or where he is. But he knew certainly that Duggan was coming back in the ring and able to kick that middle rope and catch Duggan low while Duggan tried to get back in the ring. And look at this, we've seen this before, a beautiful neck breaker as Duggan was held precariously up on that middle rope. And now Heavy Metal onto the offensive. Heavy Metal, a very dangerous opponent. Duggan wise to try and get the advantage early on Metal, but he's paying for it now. Heavy Metal dishing out some serious punishment on the hot shot. I'm Mike Young. If you're just joining us here on CWE TV, we've seen successful title defenses from not only the Rebel Bobby Collins defending his 1-2-3 approved .ca television title early on in a match against Marius. Bobby Collins won that one by disqualification, but took a beating after the match from Sicko and Marius in the process. And we also saw the CWE Tag Team Champions M-Max defend their titles against Brian Rich and Eclipse. And now we see Heavy Metal taking on and taking control over Danny Duggan. Still to come, our main event as Kevy Chevy, one half of the Big Sexy Beast, takes on Tommy Lee Curtis, TLC, one half of the Saints of Los Angeles, in a feud that is not really centered around anything but friendly competition, I believe. Both teams doing what they can to lay claim to be the #1 contenders for the CWE Tag Team Champions. And we'll see what this singles match between Chevy and TLC gets these two teams. Duggan now reversing that whole backslide. 1, 2, 2 count there by Danny Duggan. Almost got a 3, and Heavy Metal right back on the offensive with a swinging neck breaker. Duggan planted 1, 2, and Duggan getting the left shoulder up. Back and forth action. Heavy Metal, though, maintaining control of this thing. Danny Duggan's got to get back on the offensive. But Heavy Metal smartly working on the body part that he was focused on last time these two met, when he pile drove Danny Duggan on the floor, on the cement floor. Danny Duggan driven head first. And that's why you see Heavy Metal in the center of the ring working on that neck. That's why you see twice in this match so far Heavy Metal use a swinging neck breaker. He is working on that neck, that head of Duggan, the same neck that was injured when Shane Madison ran Danny Duggan over the car. Look at this, roll up by Duggan. 1, 2, There's a kick out by Metal. Referee took a little too long to get into position to make that count, though. And Metal, again, as soon as Danny Duggan can get one pinfall attempt, Heavy Metal right back on top of him with an offensive maneuver and able to pick up a near fall of his own. Thank you for joining us on CWE TV. Don't forget, we're live in Morden, Manitoba, and you can find out when CWE is going to be in your town. Just visit our website, CWEcanada.ca. Danny Duggan down on the floor. This is exactly where he was injured last time he and Heavy Metal fought. You know, Heavy Metal, still under orders from Shane Madison, would love to finish what he started a few weeks ago, and he's got a chair from this crowd looking to do just that. As he puts Danny Duggan head first onto the edge of that chair, and that's not a typical folding chair. That is a metal banquet-style chair. It doesn't fold. It's hard steel around the edges, and it was just driven right into the face of Danny Duggan down here outside on the floor. Duggan tossed back in the ring. Heavy Metal following him in. Duggan trying to stay away from Metal, rolling over to the outside of the ring. And able to land a chop there. Another chop from Duggan, and there's a shot. I don't know if that was to the eyes or to the throat, but it certainly took Duggan down and by surprise. Heavy Metal playing it very fast and loose with the rules of this matchup. Bubbles McFly letting him do it. Metal in. Duggan caught him. Hot shotted him on the top rope. That went high across the chest. I don't know if it rid up and caught Metal on the throat or not, but it did enough to give Danny Duggan a little bit of breathing room, try and allow him to collect his wits and get himself back in this matchup. Danny Duggan fighting for literally his life every time he steps in the ring against a competitor here in CWE, and it's frankly because you don't know who Shane Madison's bought off before the match starts. He clearly thought Heavy Metal and him were going to have a nice back and forth sportsmanship-filled contest a few weeks ago, and that didn't turn out well for him. So here he is defending his honor, defending his career, defending his integrity against Heavy Metal here in a rematch on CWE TV. Repeated elbows to the back of the skull of Heavy Metal, and Danny Duggan mounting a comeback here with a DDT in the center of the ring. He can cover him. This could be it. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. No! A kick out, a shoulder up, the right shoulder coming off the mat by Heavy Metal, keeping himself alive in this matchup. Crowd shocked here. Thought Danny Duggan had that one. I thought he had it too. Looked like he was going for a Samoan drop there, but can't tell if Danny Duggan's back gave out or if Metal was able to escape under his own power. Metal caught him there. Danny Duggan reversed, coming in. Oh, and there's a beautiful, quick snap fisherman's, almost a brainbuster suplex combination. This could be it if Duggan can cover him. 1, 2. No, Heavy Metal able to power his legs off the mat there, causing a break in the pin attempt. And Duggan right back to square one here, trying to put the international superstar away. And look out, jawbreaker there by Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal with a forearm shiver caught Duggan coming in. Duggan returns the favor with one of his own. Metal with the forearm. Duggan with the forearm. Again, Heavy Metal nails Danny Duggan, and Duggan is reeling. Comes back, though, with one of his own. Duggan fires back again and again. Danny Duggan getting the best of this exchange. Duggan coming off the ropes. Heavy Metal catches him, and there is a low blow from Heavy Metal. I don't know how referee Bubbles McFly did not see that one. Maybe he did. He's letting this thing go. He wants to see a winner by pinfall, by submission as much as we do. Duggan got him there, went for the Samoan drop earlier, and that was a bit of a TKO. Not a Samoan drop like I thought he was going to do. 2, 3, that's it. Danny Duggan wins. Unbelievable. After suffering a low blow from Heavy Metal, Danny Duggan able to pull it out and claim the victory over international superstar Heavy Metal. Just another obstacle thrown down by Shane Madison, and another obstacle overcome by the hotshot Danny Duggan, victorious on CWE TV.
Give your body the edge in one click with musclesbymyers.com. We have sports supplements, vitamins and minerals for all lifestyles and levels of fitness. And call or email for free one-on-one guidance. Smart buyers shop at Myers and musclesbymyers.com.
Hey yo, this right here is former WWE World Tag Team Champion, Grandmaster Sexay, Brian Crisper. And I got a little inside scoop for you. When you need a new ride, when you tired of the one you got, or you need a new one, you want to look good going down the highway, you want to look good for all the girls, all the guys on the street corner, whatever, you call 123 approved. And they'll hook you up alone, get your new car, be looking fly, be looking like this guy. Oh yeah, 123 approved. Don't forget it. Yeah.
The CWE store is now open for DVDs, pictures, posters of your favorite CWE stars. Go to CWEcanada.ca.
August 23rd, CWE is back in Winnipeg, Manitoba, with a show at the Holy Cross Gymnasium featuring former WWE Intercontinental Champion Val Venus. And then, the next night, CWE and Val Venus invade Selkirk, Manitoba, and the Selkirk waterfront for a 6 p.m. showtime. This is a free show. Make sure you bring a chair, and make sure you stay tuned to www.cwecanada.ca for all your goings-on in Canadian Wrestling's elite.
Have you ever thought about becoming a professional wrestler? What about working behind the scenes in professional wrestling? Well, now's your chance. The CWE Elite Wrestling Academy is now accepting students. Learn from the best that Canadian Wrestling's elite has to offer by signing up today. Our trainers have traveled the world from Canada and the US all the way to Mexico and Japan, been featured on TV and pay-per-view all across the world. All you have to do is send an email to info@cwecanada.ca to get the ball rolling. Make your dreams come true and contact Canadian Wrestling's Elite today.
I can't believe it. This is how the JJ Sanchez saga ends. JJ! JJ! JJ!
Corey?
It's Corey Kincaid, your best friend!
Is it?
Your best friend in the whole wide world!
Get me out of here!
Yeah! Get me out of here! I can't believe you came. Cannon and Mr. Klein have been... they've been... I need to get out of here. Okay. Let's go to Dairy Queen.
I need a donut.
I'm here with Tommy Lee Curtis. Now, you're wrestling against Kevin Chevy. A win against him could propel you into a championship match.
That's absolutely correct. You would not believe how hard we had to practice to get this opening down. Believe it or not, Kevin Chevy and I have never wrestled before, but that's not going to stop me from taking him out and propelling not only myself, but my team, the Saints of Los Angeles, to tag team contention against M-Max. I'm not looking past you tonight, Chevy, but this is the starting point for the Saints of Los Angeles to rise to the occasion.
All right, let's check it out.
Tonight's main event is brought to you by McDowell's Gym, located at 181 Stradbrook Avenue in Winnipeg. For more info, visit mcdowellsgym.com.
Weighing in tonight at 300 pounds, representing the Saugeen First Nation, this is Kevin Chevy!
This match starting out in a hurry on the floor. We got Kevy Chevy attacking TLC, Tommy Lee Curtis, before he can even get to the ring, and Chevy throwing him back in. Curtis coming off the ropes and clotheslining the big man right out to the floor. It's our main event, Tommy Lee Curtis and Kevy Chevy, and it is underway. I'm Mike Young, and this is CWE TV. TLC coming off the ropes, flying high with a beautiful plancha, soaring down and crashing on top of Kevy Chevy, one half of the big sexy beasts. TLC now tossing Chevy right back in the ring, trying to do a number and get out of this one quickly against the big man Kevy Chevy. TLC sending him in, but reversed by Chevy. Chevy going for a clothesline. TLC ducks under, leapfrog by TLC. TLC ducks under and goes for a drop kick and nails it on Kevy Chevy. Wonderful work thus far by Tommy Lee Curtis, and he catches him again, this time with a swinging neck breaker. Kevy Chevy tried to get the jump on TLC to kick things off and hasn't been able to get out of the gate since. TLC seems to have an answer for every piece of offense thrown at him by Kevy Chevy, and again TLC comes over, blocks in a crossface after blocking that attempt at what looked to be a sidewalk slam, and now Chevy is caught in the middle of the ring in a crossface by Tommy Lee Curtis, and this one could be it. Chevy, though, a lot of strength in the big man, fighting his way with both his leg and his arm to get to that bottom rope and save this match for himself, and Kevy Chevy's got to be asking himself, what the heck has gone wrong? What did TLC eat this morning? Because he's got an answer for absolutely everything Chevy's been able to throw at him thus far. TLC coming in, Kevy Chevy able to send him down hard across that top rope, and Chevy almost a slap to the face, a running slap to the face on Tommy Lee Curtis. And finally, Kevy Chevy has been able to slow the offense of Tommy Lee Curtis down and dump him out to the floor. This is where the match started, and this is where we find ourselves again. Funny, the last time Kevy Chevy was in control of this matchup, but he was on the floor, and now Chevy right back in control of Tommy Lee Curtis on the floor in this matchup. TLC sent down face first across the ring apron. Kevy Chevy now throwing him hard outside of my vantage point, right into the crowd, it looked like. Referee counting. Both of these guys have a lot to prove out here, and it all stems from the fact that both teams, whether it be the Big Sexy Beasts represented here by Kevy Chevy or the Saints of Los Angeles represented by Tommy Lee Curtis, both teams won a shot at the CWE Tag Team Championships currently held by M-Max, Mentolo, and Tyler Colton. Kevy Chevy going for a powerbomb on the floor. I don't know if that's the best possible result of that. Chevy didn't powerbomb on the cement floor, instead opted to powerbomb him on that very thinly padded ring apron, and TLC could be done if Chevy can get him back in the ring. Hot start for Tommy Lee Curtis, but it looks like it's over here. 1, 2, no! Impressive by Tommy Lee Curtis, able to get that left shoulder up, and look at Kevy Chevy looking over at the crowd, looking at the official. He cannot believe it. TLC able to kick out after a powerbomb on the ring apron from the floor. That would have put most men in CWE here down for the count of 3 easily. Tommy Lee Curtis showing his toughness here tonight as Kevy Chevy kind of hanging him up there on that second rope, choking him. Able to break before the referee started admonishing the count on him, though. TLC still showing some fight. A couple of shots to the midsection of Kevy Chevy, backing him into the turnbuckle. And now some shoulders to the midsection. TLC mounting a bit of a comeback here. There's a forearm shiver to the face. TLC creating some space, coming off the ropes, and a splash by Tommy Lee Curtis, but he's got not a lot of energy left. Just trying to buy himself some time, create some space from the big man, and try to get back in this matchup. Goes for a clothesline. Chevy ducks under, and a beautiful kick to the back of the skull of TLC, and a kick out there, almost a 3 count from Kevy Chevy. Again, Chevy cannot believe TLC able to kick out of these high-impact maneuvers. Oh, the power bomb on the ring apron, but that kick had a good chance as any shot to knock TLC out cold, and TLC able to kick out barely, mind you, but kick out indeed before the count of 3. Chevy now lining up TLC, coming off the ropes. TLC ducks under. Chevy goes for a boot to the midsection. TLC catches that, spins him around. Now Chevy caught TLC, and Chevy eats a boot to the side of the head, but it does not take the big man. Oh, yes, it does. Chevy staggered, and he might be out, crumpling down to the canvas. Chevy looks like he's still in the game here, trying to shake the cobwebs out. I don't know if he knows quite where he is, or the fact that he is in Morton, Manitoba here, competing for Canadian Wrestling's Elite, but he better get himself back in it, because Tommy Lee Curtis stirring in the corner. Curtis coming out of the corner, trying to nail a forearm shot. Chevy replies with one of his own forearms from both Tommy Lee Curtis and Kevin Chevy. And Curtis getting the better of Chevy, sending Chevy into the ropes. Chevy reverses. Chevy comes in and eats a boot to the face. That was easily telegraphed by Tommy Lee Curtis. And now Curtis holding him in an inverted DDT position and came off with a beautiful maneuver, almost a flipping cutter. Reminds me of Johnny Ace in Japan, the Ace cutter there by Tommy Lee Curtis. We haven't seen that one pulled out on North American soil for some time, but Tommy Lee Curtis able to do it, always bringing some innovative offense here to CWE. Off the ropes, jumps over top of Chevy, and tried to go for a moonsault there. Haven't seen that out of TLC's repertoire. Tried it for the first time here tonight and ate it, courtesy of the knees of Kevin Chevy. That's why they call it high risk, and Chevy nails TLC with a clothesline. This could be it. 1, 2, 3. No! Again, kick out, left shoulder up by TLC. Kevin Chevy again looking on in disbelief. Doesn't seem to believe it. Every time TLC kicks out of one of his maneuvers, he spends a good 3 to 5 seconds kind of looking around, aghast, not really comprehending how TLC is able to keep kicking out, but he does, and Chevy's got to keep his eye on the prize, because it's allowing TLC to capitalize, and there's that rolling stunner we've seen from TLC before, and this could be over. Tommy Lee Curtis going to pick up the win, 2, and look at that, the experience of Kevin Chevy as he is able to get himself to the bottom rope and break that pinfall attempt. Tommy Lee Curtis, though, doing the smart thing, not arguing about it, not looking around, trying to stay on top of Chevy, but here he is trying to get the crowd behind him, and this could be taking way too long, getting to the top rope, and it's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Kevin Chevy getting back to his feet and cutting Tommy Lee Curtis off at the pass. Now we got 2 big men. TLC a tall guy, Kevin Chevy a big man, and both of them are up at the top rope area of the ring. TLC trying to fight Chevy off. He does not want to be thrown off by the big man. Trying to nail some headbutts there. Awkward position. TLC right on the top rope, swinging himself over, sunset flip into a power bomb off the top rope. This one's over if TLC can get the pin. 1, 2, no! Kevin Chevy getting that left shoulder up at the last possible nanosecond and saving this match for himself and potentially saving a future CWE Tag Team title shot for his team. Chevy sends TLC in. TLC again catches Chevy. A neck breaker there. This time Chevy reverses, boot to the midsection. Chevy, spike DDT in the center of the ring, and this one's over. Lifeless body of TLC. 3, that's it. Chevy shocking Tommy Lee Curtis with an unbelievable spike DDT in the center of the ring, and there is no way that Tommy Lee Curtis was getting up from that. Your winner of our main event here on CWE TV, one half of the Big Sexy Beast. His name is Kevin Chevy. We thank you for joining us. Tune in next week for CWE TV.
When the office of the CWE phoned me and told me I was going to participate in the first ever ladder lumberjack match, I thought they were nuts. I called up Shane Madison and I asked him what the deal was, And you know what he told me? He said, kid, we gotta be innovative. We gotta raise the bar. Well, that's wrong. You gotta raise the bar. Marius has to raise the bar. I am the damn bar. I've set the standard for all these kind of matches here. Nobody puts their body on the line quite like I do. Marius, you stole my belt. I'm coming to take it back. I'm going to chew you up, spit you out, and bury the scraps. You call this the dog days of summer? You're looking at the big dog of the CWE.